friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. We are doing this series, and honestly, thank you for letting me. Thank you for wanting this. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for being here. We're getting in under the gun, under the wire at this time. It is currently, there's an hour left in the day, and I made it. It was a long day. I worked this morning, then I went to my grandparents. And we have a new caretaker over there. So then making everything was sure everything was fine. Took Grammy to lunch. Then I went and shot Real Rejects. Then I had a dinner with a homie. And then I came back 5 minutes ago, and luckily I'd already prepped this show because bing, bang, boom, here we are for 1996. It was a good year for your girl Rocks. How about for you guys, 1996? I know that it is late. Let me know what time it is for you. Is for anybody that is it 2 a.m. for any of you guys? Y'all are the real troopers. Remember, this is a fan-funded show. This is a fan-funded series. So if you like it and you want to see it continue, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Let me know your favorite song, favorite movie, favorite whatever experience of 1996. For any of you guys who are new to this and you don't know, I'm doing this series called 33 to 33, which means we're streaming 33 days in a row until I hit 33 years old on July 13th. Today is our sixth one. We're doing 1996, and we cover the biggest events in pop culture of the year, including the most viewed TV shows, the movies that were the highest grossing, the music that's on the Billboard top charts, things that happened in the world that were huge that year. And for some reason, I decided to do the what it's the year of, and this is the year of the rat, y'all. I feel like we should be skeptical of that. Year of the rat. My sister's born in 96, which I'll talk about later. And I don't know if I'd want to be born in the year of the rat. But let's see, what does that actually mean? The rat is the first sign of the Chinese zodiac and is born under the sign of charm. It is so weird how some of these things work. Y'all really into rats or what? You out here thinking that rats are super duper charming? Because I don't know about that. You're the rat. You're the rat's like, I would think not charm. You would think sneaky or snitch, like you ratted on somebody. But listen, I don't want to shit on it too much because 96, that's my sister, and she's the greatest person I know. So, okay, any 96 babies in here, let us know. But what else happened in 1996? Let's see what was happening in the world, and we will get to some of the movies. If you guys want to take some guesses, what's on there for songs, TV shows, movies, Streamlabs in. Let me know the things that happened to you. November 5th, there was a U.S. presidential election, and Bill Clinton stayed and defeated Bob Dole. So he was elected for his second term. The election had the lowest voter turnout since 1924. November 7th, NASA launched the Mars Global Surveyor. Those are some of the big things. Let's see what else happened that year. What major events happened in 96? Unabomber Theodore John Kaczynski was arrested by the FBI. Bosnia made moves towards peace following the Dayton Agreement for nearly 4 years of a war. After nearly 4 years of war. U.S. budget crisis was in fourth month. Clinton signs line item veto bill. President blocks ban on late-term abortions. Welcome to 1996, y'all. How are you guys feeling being here? Here we are, 96. It's like, I love that I say that instead of being like, we're talking about 1996. I'm like, the year is currently 1996. Let's all talk about it. Who is going to be our first Streamlabser of the day? Let me refresh and check it out. Send them in loud, send them in proud. Keep this show going. When you guys send in Streamlabs, I talk about the things that happened in my personal life this year. So send them in if you want to hear. We got 2 Streamlabs before the show even started today, which I really appreciate because you guys know I'm doing these daily. So whenever you send them in, then you know that I'll talk about it whenever I get to my show that day. RQMDSMD says, answer your question. I was 35 in 1995. So this is about yesterday's show when my dad and his mom passed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Turned 36 just before my mom passed in 1996. RQMDSMD. I'll let you know on your birthday. Okay, you'll let me know what it stands for. Listen, it's so weird because when I was a kid, you would hear that somebody lost their parents in their 30s. You're like, that's so old, you know? It's so young to lose both your parents. It's just so young. My friend from Real Rejects, Tara, lost her parents that young, and it's like you never don't feel like an orphan. I feel when you've lost both your parents. I lost one parent when I was in my teens, and I feel like a fucking just it's crazy young. But now I'm in my 30s. It's like if something happened to my dad, you just don't know how the hell you can move on. But you do. You do move forward, but it's just, I'm so sorry. Thank you for answering my question, though. Mike Joyce in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider said 6/33. Finished season 3 of Chucky today. I really hope you and Tara get to it. So absurd and batshit in a good way. I loved it. I kind of don't want there to be a season 4, though. I don't know how they can top it. Is season 3 the best season? Tara and I are watching, actually, we watched Chucky today. We went there to tape extra episodes. We're watching season 1. It's all we've been promised, depending on how the show does. Let me think. Let me know what's the actual best season. Thank you to everybody who is joining the show live right now. I know it is a little late for some of you guys, maybe early for others. Maybe you're in Australia and you're like, hell yeah, this is a perfect time for me. Or in England, or I don't know, somewhere else. And let me know, where are you guys? Everybody, not to dox yourselves, but where are you? Where around the world are you right now? Tell your friends about the show. Bring them here. I know it's late, but this is when we're live. This is when we can do it today. I told you guys I was going to try really hard to do 33 to 33 as long as you guys support the show. And so far, for 1992, 93, 94, and 95, you guys showed up. 91, y'all didn't really show up. And 96 right now so far, y'all aren't showing up. Could be because it's late, but still, we got to show up to show out. So if you're here live, send in that Streamlabs, babies. Should we start tonight? I feel tonight like we should start with musica. Why do I want to start with music? I don't know. I just feel the groove. Starting with music, let's talk about the top 5 songs on the Billboard charts. I'm going to let you guys know this off the bat. I'm going to let you know 2 things off the bat. Number 1, Mariah Carey has 2 songs in the top 5 of 96. Number 2, Boyz II Men has another fucking song in the top 5. Are you guys as shocked as I am about how many goddamn Boyz II Men songs there are in the top 5 consistently year after year in the early 90s? I knew they were big, but I did not know that they were top 5 year after year after year big. That's wild to me. Just insane in the membrane. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this top 5. In the 5th spot, we've got a Mariah Carey song. The song is Always Be My Baby. Y'all know I had not been the biggest fan of Mariah in the past because just energy-wise, but you can't deny her talent. However, Miley Cyrus is in awe of Mariah, and I'm in awe of Miley Cyrus. So now I feel like I have to be in awe of Mariah. That's truly where I'm at. Always Be My Baby is definitely one of her best songs. Definitely one of her best songs. And actually, I'll just tell you guys what the number 2 song is because it's Mariah and Boyz II Men. And I can't even picture what the song is. One Sweet Day. What are the words to One Sweet Day? This is the second top song in 96. One Sweet Day lyrics. Let's see. Sorry, I never told you all I wanted to say, and now it's too late to hold you because you've flown so far away. Never imagine living without your smile. Together, one sweet day, loving you always, and I'll wait patiently to see you in heaven. Who is this about? It was written by Mariah and It was written by them. This is about somebody specifically. I don't remember the song. Y'all tell me, do you know this song? Do you guys know One Sweet Day? Let me know. Uh, okay. So that was number 5 and number 2. Let's fill in the blanks here in reverse order. At number 4, Nobody Knows by the Tony Rich Project. Another song that I don't know. Nobody Knows. Tony Rich Project. Do you guys know the song? Yeah, wish I told her how I feel. Maybe she'd be here right now, but instead I pretend that I'm glad you went away. These 4 walls closing more every day. Dying inside. Nobody knows it but me. God, this is the year of the sad kids. The sad kids. Um, hmm. Uh, why didn't I say the things I needed to say? How could I let my angel get away? Y'all, wait, so you loved Nobody Knows? I know this one either. And then let me tell you guys something. So, 5 of the biggest songs of '96, a year when I was 5 and remember some music. Obviously, it wasn't this type of music, but I don't know 2 of the songs. Let me tell you, that's weird. But let's go to the number 3 song, and I need you guys to guess the number 1 song of 1996. When I saw this, I was like, "What the actual fuck?" But kind of makes sense, and honestly, I think one of you guys guessed it for another year, but it's wild. The number 3 song is an iconic song, legendary song, beautiful song. It is Because You Loved Me. Because you love me. Get it, Celine. Get it, Roxy. You gave me strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. Saw the best there was in me. Listen, Celine can belt it. But if I really tried, I bet I could do this one well. If somebody wants to send in karaoke requests for this, I will really try. You gotta send in the big bucks though. I will really try to sing it if you guys want. Only if you want. I'll give it my all. But the number 1 song of 1996, I don't think I've seen anybody guess it in here. Number 1 song of 96 is Macarena. Los Del Rio Bayside Boys Mix. Insane. Like, sometimes there's music where you don't really think of them as music. The Macarena, for some reason, I don't really think of it as music. I know it is, but like, it would never cross my mind that that'd be number 1 song for anything. The Macarena, but it was. Streamlabs.com/Roxy. What do you guys think about all this? Always Lloyd. What's up, Lloyd Nance? The damn Roxanne looking sexy AF late at night. Great posture. I was born and in the year of the rat in 1984, but a badass rat like Master Splinter. 96 was a great year. Scream is my favorite film of that year and my first R-rated movie I snuck into a theater to see. What a cool memory. Damn. Love that for you. And happy for you that you think that being a rat is badass. I don't remember what I was talking about with Steph the other day, but when she hears rat, she thinks of rat catcher too. And that's cool. So go on with your bad rat self. And thank you for the support, Eric, with that big support in the Streamlabs. Mwah, mwah. Thank you. You sent this in before I said the thing about karaoke, though. So you were just trying to give me support. You said, gonna be honest, I'm waiting to binge all the streams from 1992 to 1999. Just wanted to dip in real quick and say that before I dip out again. I'll catch up later. Keep doing what you do. Eric, why do you want to binge the 92 to 99 streams? That's interesting. What happened between those years that you're like, I got to binge that shit? Is it because you want to get through it quick? You're just like, let me know. Why are you trying to binge that? Let me know how it goes for you too. Okay, let's chit chat about TV shows. I'm going to let you guys know something that I let you know in the last stream. which blew me away then. Four of the top 5 shows for 1995 were all from NBC. And I was like, is that not crazy? Let me tell you this. All 6 of the top 6 watch shows in 96 are all NBC shows. And number 8 is also an NBC show. NBC dominated in 95 and 96. And I have a feeling in 97, NBC was the it kid network. NBC was coming out, pulling out all the stops. So every single one of these 5 shows is an NBC show. Sticking in that number 1 spot, just because it's no surprise if you were watching previously, is ER, which once again beat out Seinfeld and Friends. So this goes ER in that 1 spot. 2 spot is Seinfeld, but Friends drops to the 4th spot out of the 3rd spot. Who takes over that 3rd spot, do you ask? Well, of course, the hit show that everyone knows. I didn't remember this show. I'd heard of it, but didn't ever watch it and didn't remember at all. Suddenly Susan. Who here watched Suddenly Susan? Suddenly Susan was a sitcom. It started in 96. It lasted 4 seasons. It's actually where Nestor Carbonell came from. And shout out to Shogun, best show of this year. And also to Lost, from the best shows of all time. But this show had Brooke Shields, had Kathy Griffin. This show was on NBC. It was a sitcom. It had 4 full seasons. I don't know what to make of this. I never saw it. Did any of you guys watch Suddenly Susan? Any of y'all? Bueller? Streamlabs in, what's your favorite show from 1996? Mine's obviously Friends, my favorite show of all time. And then in that number 5 spot, well, actually in the number 4 spot, tied with Friends. So even crazier that Friends had dropped that far. The number 4 tied with Friends show of the year is, seeing if anybody will guess it, but you haven't so far. It is a sitcom that ran from 95 to 98. And it is called The Naked Truth. The Naked Truth is another show that your girl didn't know, your girl didn't watch. Holland Taylor's in it, Chris Elliott. This show, let's see, what is it about? Respected photojournalist loses everything and ends up taking a job at a sleazy celebrity tabloid. The creator is Chris Thompson, who is worked on so many different things. Larry Sanders Show, Hard Knocks. Man, I just don't know the naked truth. I feel like I need my TV card stripped for me for some of these 90s shows that I don't know. Where are you guys at? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in that support. Let me know what you were watching that year, because we are about to make our way towards the movies. Let's go to the movies. In 95, we talked about how there was 2 animated movies that were on the list of top 5 movies. In 1996, no movies that were animated made the top 5 list. So we kind of jumped back in the other direction. Earlier, Scream was mentioned, which that's a big deal for 96. But where are you guys when it comes to 1996? What is your favorite movie of the year? What do you think are in the top 5? Let's talk about some of the ones that didn't make the list. 101 Dalmatians came out this year. Hunchback of Notre Dame came out this year. If you didn't peep me on the thumbnail, you can see for my 5th birthday and Halloween that year, your girl was Esmeralda. You can catch me right in front of Mariah. So it makes sense that Hunchback came out in 96. Also on here, Space Jam, 15 highest grossing movie of the year. The Birdcage, 7th highest grossing movie of the year. Jerry Maguire, 18th highest grossing. That feels painfully low for Jerry Maguire. So what y'all think? Crazy enough, Toy Story is the 32 highest grossing movie of the year, and that came out the year before. Oh, it's because Jerry Maguire came out the year before. That's why it's that low. That makes sense. Because that's what it did this year. So what is in the top 5? What are your guys' guesses? And send in your favorites and your memories from 96. So the top 5 in that 5th spot is on my thumbnail, The Nutty Professor, which the astute ones of you guys guessed. I loved this movie as a kid. I thought it was so funny. I wonder if I knew. I think I thought that these were all different actors. Number 4 is The Rock. I honestly don't know if I ever saw this movie. I remember for a long time thinking I did, but then being like, I don't actually know if I watched The Rock, which is crazy because it's referenced so often by so many of my action nerdy friends. Number 3, Mission Impossible. Number 2, a movie that's a remake is actually coming out this year. A movie that originally starred my friend and director of the movie that I'm in called Crust. His name is Sean Whalen, and he was in Twister, which was the 2nd highest grossing movie of this year. The 1st highest grossing movie of the year, though, as some of you guys guessed, is Independence Day. Maybe the best speech of any movie ever. I wonder what day this came out. Do you think it came out on July 3rd? Huh. All of these movies, all 5 of them, are summer releases. So from May 10th to July 3rd. So it was a big summer month for movies. Huge. What's your favorite movies of the year? Let me know. It's 96 and I want to hear from you. It's 11:15 in 2024, but it's really 1996. Staying in 1996, let's give a quick shout out to the people who have supported 1996 in the Streamlabs. RQMDSMD, Mike Joyce, Lo Lloyd, always Lo Lloyd, Lloyd Nance, Eric. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for showing support in here. No super chats of the day yet. And the Streamlabs, let's hope they continue to roll in as we talk a little bit about your girl Rock. So where was I in 1996? You guys share where you were. I will share where mine. You show me yours. I'll show you mine. Just kidding. But you tell me where you were and I'll tell you where I was. In 1996, I was in Newton, Massachusetts with my familia. My mom was pregnant at the beginning of the year because my sister was not born until July 24th. She's a Leo, which you guys know is my favorite. This year, my mom was on bed rest for 6 months with my sister. She had a really bad pregnancy. I would come home every day from school and I would draw Porky the Pig on her belly because she had an outie belly button and she could not leave her room. She was on IV fluids, like I said, on bed rest. She was so effing sick and had such a bad pregnancy with my sister. I can't believe she got through it. Thank goodness, because my sister's the greatest gift that this planet has ever gotten. I swear to you, or at least that I've ever gotten. My brother and my sister being my 2 best friends in the world, but I always had my brother and my sister I almost didn't have. So as I told you guys last time, as the story goes, the first thing I really wanted to name her Rainbow. And the first thing that I said was, she's not sharing any of my toys. I very quickly changed my mind about that. But my little sister was born this year. I don't remember feeling, I remember feeling confused. And then there's pictures of me holding her. And I remember feeling excited because I thought she was cute. But I was never a baby girl. I just always wanted to, like, as she got older, do her hair, her makeup, her clothes, like make her play Oscars with me, which is like listening to me while I give fake Oscar speeches and stuff. I don't remember ever being like a baby. My brother was always like, baby. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I wanted to name her Rainbow and I wanted to make her look cute and shit. But that was the year she was born. It must have been the year that I started at my elementary school. Crazy enough, I went to the same elementary school that my brother went to, but that my dad went to, which is wild. It was an amazing school. The principal was amazing. Mr. Springer, he was so wonderful. We were very close with him. And I went back and visited my elementary school recently, actually. They now have like all in the yard, like the play yard. There's like a garden and stuff, which I saw in Abbott Elementary as well. And I'm like, oh, is this more popular nowadays? That's so cool. I would have loved to go out in the garden and stuff. But I remember having a great elementary school. I did get bullied a little bit, as you guys know. That wasn't until later on. We'll get there. But when I was this age, my brother was in the same school as me. I was in kindergarten. My teacher was from Argentina. She taught me a song that I never forgot. I don't know why I still remember. Yo me llamo Paco, Paco, Paco. Yo me llamo Paco, hace sol. Just stuck with me. These are all things that happened in 1996. Send in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer, your favorite song, TV show, and movie of this year, or thing that happened in your life in 96. Anything you want to share with us. We're not going to be here for very long, as it is 11:20, and we have been going for a half hour so far. As you guys, as a refresher, we've talked about the movies, TV shows, and songs that were the top of the year with music. It was Macarena, One Sweet Day, Because You Love Me, Nobody Knows, Always Be My Baby. It was ER, Seinfeld, Suddenly Susan, which always reminds me of Suddenly Seymour. By always, I mean the last one day that I've been saying Suddenly Susan. Friends, The Naked Truth. And for movies, it was Independence Day, Twister, Mission Impossible, The Rock, The Nutty Professor. Any of those shock you in particular? Any of those excite you? Any of those that you absolutely adore? Coming in hot, Ash. It's late for you, my dude, but thank you so much for that support, sticking to your trend. He said, I'm like 80% asleep and not actually watching, but gotta keep up the trend. We love to see it. Thank you so much for that extra chunk of support, pushing us through, continuing to make these streams worthwhile. As we do 33 to 33. Yeah, it's late for you, Brandy, my girl. It's late for a lot of you guys. Oh, I did want to read a couple of the comments from the 1995 video. As you guys know, I've been doing that. So leave a comment on this video and you might have it read for our next video. So let's see. Some of you guys here. And by the way, it only got 475 views for the last video, but it has 70 likes, which is pretty cool. And I'm super appreciative. The like ratio on these is awesome. The comments, all that. You guys are really killing it. So Kate said, I saw ER and I had to click. Oh, good, Kate. Well, ER crushed for years. Chris, the Asperger guy, says 95 was an interesting year for me. Even though my sister and I were living with our mom, my dad got out of that shitty apartment and moved back to the neighborhood where I eventually grew up. So that was good. And he gives more on his life, which I read. Thank you for letting us know. Chloe says, I keep missing the lives. There's always 4 or 5 in Scotland, and I'm in my freaking bed. Well, Chloe, where were you this time? I feel like this would have been good timing for you. Andrew says, great stream, the countdown to 2024. Sexy Roxy. Leonard Kim says, wishing you and your loved ones all the best. Thank you. Thank you. Jag says, I'm so excited for you to watch Deal or No Deal Island. Yeah, I want to. Sam Red said, Gangsta's Paradise is my favorite song of the ones that have landed #1 for the years already mentioned. I'm also so disappointed when I heard a song called Alibi from 2024 sample it and left the restaurant playing it soon after. Why would you be bummed? I was so disappointed. It's the epitome of why I hate modern music, the TikTokification of music. Not everything needs to be sped up. Oh, I didn't listen to it. Well, maybe if I heard it, or maybe now I shouldn't. So let's see. Brandon, sorry, it's not a good day for you, babe. Oh, you're in my heart, always. Obsessed with you. You know that, boo. Listen, here's a story about an unbelievably supportive person in the Streamlabs. A name I don't recognize. Who are you? Ascalad OG. Ascalad OG, thanks for making my night with that big, big support. And you didn't even leave a comment. You just wanted to drop the support. Askeladd, who are you? Are you going to reveal yourself? Askeladdog. Askeladd OG. Pretty unbelievable. Let's see. Damn. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need it. I want it. I appreciate it. And I want to continue doing these streams as long as you guys support. And that was very helpful with that. Okay, my loves. So those are the tops of the year. Those are just a little bit more about my life. Next year, we're going to do 1997. I've already prepped it. Let's see what I can tell you guys about 97. So still some of our top ones coming from NBC for next time that we'll get into. One of the biggest movies of all time from next year. And let's see about these top 5 songs. One of them is by somebody who, nope, 2 of them are by somebody that we don't fuck with anymore. So that should be interesting to talk about. Oh, well, I hope you guys manage to get some sleep tonight. If where you are, you're waking up. I hope you have a kick-ass day. If it is already midnight, happy Father's Day to you guys. I understand that for not everybody is it a happy Father's Day, probably Brandy being one of them. For all different reasons. For some people, it might be because they have a really shit relationship with their dad. For other people, it might be because they're trying to be a dad and they can't figure out how to become one. For other people, it's because they've lost their dad. And for some people, they are dad and they're having an amazing day, or they have an amazing dad and they're having a great day. So just be cognizant as you go through the world. Make sure you reach out to those who you feel like might need a little extra support that day. Send love to those in need. Because, man, those days can hit you hard sometimes. Might be a year later or it might be 50 years later. I wouldn't know about 50, but I do know about 14, 13 years later. It's like, man, they're fucking weird sometimes. So if it's a beautiful day for you, I hope you have a great one. And if it's not, I hope you manage to, I know you'll make it through. Only way out is through. So keep it pushing. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm going to see Papa tomorrow. I bought him this because we've been trying with, you guys know he's on, he's in bed all the time now. And so one of the things with his dementia is to try a lot of pictures and stuff and the things that he's interested in. So I got him this book, The Encyclopedia of Aircraft of World War II. And it's kind of wild. I was peeking through it. It's got all different like images and stories, and it's very thick. It's kind of too heavy for him, but I'll put it on the table for him and help him with it. So I'm going to go see Papo. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Grammy to get her nails fixed, and I'm going to go see Papo, and then I am going to stream here with you guys, and then I am going to do some social media stuff for a couple different companies and keep hustling and keep trying to get that bread, Fred. I just made that expression up. But I'll be here with you guys at some point. So if it's a hard day, at least you'll see a friendly face. Okay. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those flumes. Don't trump the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives, all of them, due to excessive force. My body, my choice, wherever you're on the rainbow. We love you. Happy Pride Month, babies. I went to Venice for dinner tonight, and the Venice sign was in rainbow colors, and I was like, hell yeah. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. Golden sparkles for the Zen one himself. Glenn Caesar, wherever you are, we're thinking about you. Loving you. Okay, before we go, I do have a super chat. Let's see how I navigate this. I only saw the word Palestine. So, gold standard. Roxy, do you think the far left Dems who are pro-Palestine will cost Biden the election? I think that's such a loaded question, a loaded and leading question. Let me actually try to answer it, I guess. No. No. I think Biden is going to cost Biden the election. I think he's not going to win. I think he's not going to win because of him. for many different reasons and policies and decisions that he's made. I think that the far left Dems you speak of, I'd be curious who specifically you're talking about. And also when you say pro-Palestine, what it is you're talking about. Because I always think that pro is like such a weird phrase, the way that we say like pro this, anti this. Are you talking about people who believe that Palestinians and Palestine has a right to exist? Or are you actually conflating Palestine with Hamas? The question's unclear to me. But if you're asking me if I think people who are very, very extreme left are going to cost Biden the election, no. I think Biden's going to cost Biden the election. And I think that people who are very, very extreme Trumpers are going to cost Biden the election. I do have a lot of friends who are not voting in this election, which is a big bummer to me. I personally always believe in dealing with what is. And I understand some people don't feel like they can vote with their heart because if you're a one issue voter, then there might not be a presidential candidate for you. To me, the next president of the United States is going to be either Trump or Biden, barring anything crazy happens. Like crazy as in a death, an RFK, a something. So I believe that in dealing with what is. And so if we really believe that there are two options on the table and they are Trump and they are Biden, I believe in voting for who you think is the better of the two options. But I do know a lot of people are not going to vote for him. I don't know many far left Dems that are voting for Trump. So, but I do know a lot of people on all sides who are not voting, which is brutal. No, you can't vote for JFK Jr. because he's dead. Maybe you mean RFK? Okay, maybe that answered your questions. Gold standard. Thank you so much for Streamlabsing in. Sometimes I feel like people Streamlabs in at the end to be like, gotcha, but you gave good support and I appreciate that. I just don't think that the question fully makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, Ash, I've said this many times. I would be a horrible president. I would be a horrible president. This is why it's good to know, like, sometimes you can poke holes. I don't believe in my work life and poking holes in things that I can't fix or suggest things for, because like in my jobs, if I'm like, okay, this kind of social media post doesn't work, then I need to be like, but this would work. Or like, that performance is not working for this reason. Why don't you try this? I can poke holes in the US government without trying to fill them because I'm not an elected official. I can say what we're doing is not fucking working, but I don't actually have to tell them what to do. That's their job. But I do have suggestions. But I certainly wouldn't be a good president. I might be better than who we've had, but I wouldn't be the best of anybody I know. All right, my loves. So thank you for the question, Gold Standard, and thank you for being here. And also thank you for the support. Askalad OG with that massive support. Ash, who it's way past your bedtime, but thank you. Eric, Lloyd, Mike, and RQMDSMD, and everybody for watching this live or after the fact. If you Streamlabs in after the fact, I will read it for the next show. I appreciate you guys so much. Love, my friends. And I already said everything else. So, okay, later.